Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Crown and today we are going to have some more stories that I hope that you will enjoy. But before we start, it would be so much appreciated if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and maybe leave a comment down below. These simple clicks would mean a lot to the future of this channel and really reward the effort that I put in every day. And now, without further ado, let's go! That happened a few weeks back and I was really hesitant to share it here, hoping that Karen doesn't recognize herself here. I, 23, was browsing in a shopping center with my autism service dog, Knox. She's 1-year-old female as training. I was picking clothes and trying them on, hoping that at the end of the training, I'll find something that suits my style. As I was entering another alternative clothes store, Karen tapped me on the shoulder.
You know that dogs aren't allowed in these stores, right?
Me, visibly confused, I say, sorry?
Are you deaf? I said that you need to leave.
Me, as I point to the Knox's vest showing the label and the program name that certified her. Ma'am, this is a service dog. Karen cuts me off.
You are clearly not disabled, even unless you're not autistic. You can talk. Now leave the store before I call security and get you banned.
Me barely holding my tears. Excuse me, please.
No, I am going to walk you to the exit to be sure that you and your dog are leaving.
In these moments, Knox alerted. I needed to sit down, but I couldn't. Everything was so loud and it seemed the lights were getting even brighter. I started crying and Knox moved between my legs for comfort. Me sobbing and repeating, "Go away," and Karen talking over me.
Grow up. My autistic, no verbal scam dog trained my ID more.
Her speech became more and more muffled as I got even more overwhelmed. Attempt to sit on the ground, Karen grabbed my arm. "Don't touch me." If up until this moment we didn't have a crowd, now we definitely did. A security guard appeared. I calmed down a bit, enough to understand speech. What's happening here?
This person over here is faking. They have scammed the program to give them a service dog for their autism. My child will benefit from that dog more, as it really has autism and doesn't speak. I need that dog.
As she was saying, I felt a tug on Knox's leash, and I unclipped it from her collar. Now I was holding Knox for her harness, as she was sitting right in front of me, giving me gentle snuggles and kisses.
How dare you? Security guard, do something.
The security guard turned to me and asked, "Mister, is that dog a service dog?" Me still crying, "Yes."
They do not need it.
"Shh. Do you have an ID for the dog? And also, can I have yours?" "Yes." I gave the security guard the needed documents. They checked them and gave them back. I am not from the US or the UK. There is no such thing as owner-trained service dogs. Service dogs are trained by professional trainers and are free. There are requirements that need to be met, such as diagnosis and/or an interview with a medical team lead or therapist. The security guard tells me, "Your documents are intact. You may go."
No, that's not fair. What kid needs that dog more than this adult?
"Ma'am, I will ask you to return the leash to this gentleman and continue with your day."
No, this is for my service dog that they are now holding.
"Ma'am, that's theft. If you don't return the leash now, I'm afraid I'll have to call the police." Karen kept screaming that the dog is hers, so the security guard quickly called a police officer. There is always one nearby around this place. The security guard had to prevent Karen from running and then fill in the officer. She was taken in the back of the blue car. The security guard gave the leash back to me, and I was escorted to the restroom by the security guard to make sure I was all safe. I washed my face and went to the nearest bench to sit and calm down a bit more. Then I left. Thankfully, I never had the pleasure of meeting that Karen again or ever hearing about her again. Back in the day, my dad owned an auto repair shop mostly specialized in custom tints, stereos, wheels and tires. One day, a 17-year-old kid pulls up with an '07 Chevy Cobalt SS. New at the time, was also the fastest compact at the time 260 horsepower factory. And he asks my dad if he can fit the car with some 18-inch custom wheels and tint. A week later, the kid comes with his parents and they pay his tab, and the kid leaves. About a month later, the kid comes back to get the windows re-tinted. My dad confused asked what happened, because the tints were top of the line and did not come off easily. The kid said a week later after the tint someone smashed all his windows and used sandpapers on the chrome wheels. The kid did a good job cleaning the wheels back up, but the scratches were permanent. 2 months go by, and the kid comes back this time with 3 big dents from a cinder block being thrown at it and repeats the same story about the windows being smashed with the addition of the big dents. My dad at this point asked him what the deal was, and the kid said every time he went to school, his car would get randomly vandalized if it wasn't in the parents' garage. His school had a policy against performance cars being driven by students on school property. The body repair took 4 months. My dad, feeling bad for him, loaned him an '88 Dodge LeBaron Peter and told him not to worry about it if it got vandalized. 4 months turned to 6, but his car returned better than it left, sporting a nice metallic red paint job. In that time, the LeBaron came back as it left, which my dad thought it was interesting. Fast forward a few years, a kid comes back with parents and brand new 350Z with plastic still on the seats, asking for tints and wheels. We asked about how he gets these nice cars and came to find out this kid works very hard at school and earns the cars from his parents. My dad asked about what happened to his last car, and the kid said his oldest brother was jealous and thought his parents were sidelining him, so he would damage the car when nobody was around. He got caught on his neighbor's camera throwing a driveway boulder into the back window and jumping on the roof, and his parents threw him out. This happened last week. I'm in a fair left lane on the autoroute interstate because I'm passing a semi. Out of nowhere, a large Audi SUV crawls right up the rear of my car. This normally makes me slow down a little. I can't be too much of a jerk because I'm in a littered company vehicle with our office phone number in it. I do a quick scan on my dash and see on my navigation app that there is a police report just up ahead in a construction zone. It's not an active zone as the work is done, but the lower speed limit is still there. Fines and possibly demerit points are doubled in construction zones here. So I pass the truck and signal that I'm changing lanes, but I take a few extra seconds to get out of their way. As they pass, I mouse slow down and do the hand-lowering things, but I'm pretty sure they are going to ignore me, and they do, but also flip me the birds. Oh well, I tried. And they roar by, probably going about 30 to 40 kilometers per hour over the 90 kilometers per hour construction zone speed limit. And of course, I have a smug grin as a police officer lights up the Audi. What an idiot. For those unaware of what HIPAA is, basically it's meant to protect your personal medical information from being given out to anyone who cannot be verified. Remember this, you will see it later. Now to the bad crap. Background first, PPX is the main front hub of my unit that controls a board for the front gates and the admin area, and in my case houses the computers where we do incident reports. It also houses a held device known as a multi-line phone. The policy for said post is that you must answer all calls in a professional manner, something along the lines of State Dog Press Unit. This is Fire P Phoenix, how may I help you? For further background, our admin staff, including the warden's assistant, who I can usually send my crazy calls to when they don't fit anywhere else, comes at 8 and leaves at 5:30. No family calls go back to our medical department due to HIPAA and all that jazz. The fact will come in handy. I tend to be the unlucky person in said help post because I know our system like the back of my hand and can work magic with it in a short amount of time. and also because I've worked in a call center and tend to keep my cool dealing with crazy people. So it's about 5:40 p.m. on my Friday, 12-hour shift, so I'm about to go on my 3-day weekend. The oncoming shift is in briefing, and I'm waiting for the last 10 minutes to pass so I can go bye-bye. And the phone rings. Ah, frick. Me? State Dog Press Unit. This is Ranker Fire P Phoenix. How may I help you? See? Being good.
You need to send me to medical right now. I need medical. They aren't giving my baby his medicine.
Deep breath. Oh boy. Well, there went my peaceful shift change.
Yep, it's all in caps.
I can still remember having to move my head because she was screaming. Ma'am, I'm afraid I cannot send you back to medical.
Then give me your warden's number. They will not withhold my son's medicine. They were rude to him.
Yes, our medical staff can be rude, I'm aware of this. However, I am not going to shoot my career in the foot before it gets started and give this woman my warden's phone number. She is gone for the day. Not gonna happen. I tell her, ma'am, she's gone home for the day, but she will be in her office tomorrow morning from 8 to 5. Usual business hours. The warden's assistant is there and she can troubleshoot anything.
No, I need medical. You need to send to medical now so I can get their names. They aren't giving my son his medication and he needs his medication for his migraines. They say they won't give it to him. He's allowed to have it on his person.
By this point, I've gathered what the woman is screeching about. Son has migraines, and as such was prescribed by a doc on the outside a medicine that he can take. That would help stop them before they start. According to the entitled mother, it's an armed person medicine that he was allowed to carry on himself at another unit. After she raised hell and got that warden involved supposedly, and our medical department was saying no to. I happen to know this medicine. I take it for potential migraines myself. Like the one I had come in on dealing with a yelling mother who was pissed I would A. not send her to medical, and B. not give her my warden's number. Even better is when I realize that this man-child had apparently left medical before count. Come back to the barracks and called his mama whining about this. On the day he arrived, he'd been there less than 4 hours. After about 10 minutes of this and her realizing that no, she also not going to get my full name, just my rank and last name, I hear the following magic words.
Well, fine. I'll call back tomorrow. But tonight I'm calling Deputy Director over our unit and filing a complaint on you and getting you fired. If my baby has a migraine tonight because of you being incompetent, I am going to sue you.
Yes, ma'am, I understand, but again, call in the morning between 8 and 5 p.m. and people will be here who will gladly assist you. At this point, she slams a phone in my ear, and I have spent the last 15 minutes dealing with this woman. All I can do is laugh because it's one of those things that you have to laugh about. Especially when I realized this was a man in his 30s who had called mama to deal with a problem for him in one of the least effective manners possible when dealing with a C/O. Yelling at said C/O. If you're wondering, no, I did not get fired. Did put in for a vacation that next shift though. I told that story to everyone I trained though, and they all thought I was lying. Until he came back after a transfer. And now we have reached the end of today's stories. Thank you for watching and see you next time.